all is right in the basketball world for Tennessee right now. The men bounced back last night with a big road win. Lady Vols bounced back today with a butt whipping of Arkansas. 93-63. It's one that I don't know that it was ever much in doubt. Ladies come back, again, it's on the road in the conference. What more can you say? Just a really good showing from this team. And they talked about them scoring, over 20 points. And it was most quarters this year they've scored under 20 points. It's not a lot that they haven't on here. So make sure you guys hit that like, that share, that subscribe today. Hope you're staying warm, staying safe out there. If you got snow in your neck of the woods anywhere, got some snow up here. First time I've seen it, and pretty good wow here, actually. So what's going on, Papa J? Nice win on it. Eric Smith said solid game for Puckett, best of the year. Papa J said the collision's going to leave a mark. Carlos says go Big Orange. Good to see other players step up and lead this game. And then and Papa J agreed on that one. Looking at the stats for this team today, lots to like on it. Let's get into the team stats first. So let's do the old sharing of the screen here. What's up, Sandra? Good to see you in here. It was a good win for sure today. And then Lady Vols, who is it? Mississippi State comes to town next one. Should be a little interesting considering one of the coaches on the sidelines there. But let's take a look at it here. 45% field goals, 35% three-pointers. That 34, man, they bomb it. There's no doubt about it. 65% free throws. I'd like to see that definitely higher. Points off turnovers, just 13 today. Wait a minute. No. 13 turnovers to 20. They forced 22. 28 points off of turnovers. Here's a big one. They dominated the boards today, 43-26. 21 offensive rebounds, led to 21 second chance points. 29 points off the bench, 40 off in the paint, 22 fast break, 15 steals, 20 assists on today. I think you take that all day long as far as what they did. And looking at the visitor stats here, pretty good around the way. Your leading scorer was Cooper today. Spearman bounced back with a good game today. She only played 13 minutes, but 18 points, 8 boards for Spearman. Puckett, Eric mentioned that in the comment there. Yeah, Puckett had 11 points today, 9 rebounds, 2 out of 3 from three-point range, 4 out of 7. Good game for her on the day. Whitehorn had 17. Whitehorn had a good game today. Spear only had 6, but you know what? I'm all right with that because she showed up and showed out big time the last 2 games in conference as well. You had Hollingshed had the big 4-point play at the end. That was pretty cool when she hit that. Latham had a couple points. Darby 6. Adradale 0. I thought they said that she had scored at one point, but she didn't. Strickland 2. Edie Darby 0. Wells 0. Boyd 2. Cooper, like I said, led the way again with 20. I think that's pretty much going to be your norm. Spencer, I figured Spencer would be amped up today, considered she came from Arkansas. 3 points today, but she had 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals on the day. Here's your plus minuses. Pretty good. Your efficiency on the day. Spearman, Cooper, Puckett, Whitehorn were your most efficient on the day. So solid day for the Lady Vols team. And yeah, I totally agree with this. That's the Spearman we need to see today. I thought she'd had a couple rough games there. And part of it I thought was her getting – I thought she was – I can't remember which game it was. She was upset that game. Let's just put it that way. And I thought it really affected the play a lot. What's up, Victoria? Good to see you in here. Says, I think this was their best half-court defense out of the year. It was definitely the best in conference for sure. And we'll see how that carries over along the way also. Wanted to look at their schedule coming up because I know you got Mississippi State coming in. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Mississippi State comes in Thursday night at 7. And Mississippi State just beat Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what their record's looking like on the year here. because I don't have them pulled up. They're 14-3, 1-2 in conference play so far in conference. Let's see, they're playing Georgia today. Let me pull up the scores on that, as I don't have them in front of me. I don't have the messages if any of you have seen it yet posted. Let me pull the scores up here just a minute. Look at full scoreboard. SEC. Here we go. Scores of interest. Mississippi State is up on Georgia 43-37 with they're about midway through the third quarter right now. What do you want? Kentucky and Auburn's in the first quarter. Florida and Missouri first quarter. South Carolina beat Texas 67-50. And then Tennessee beat Arkansas. That's your two completed games so far with that. Latham is pretty good. Latham was considered a really good pickup out of the portal from Syracuse also. I think she does good things. She had the steal and the layup today on it. See, Latham only played, she played 19 minutes. That's a little more than I thought. She had 4 rebounds. But, yeah, I think she's going to be a big part definitely next year moving forward. And I wouldn't be surprised to see her role get a little bit more. I think some of the games call for different stuff too. Let's see here. Let's see, Mississippi State and then Vanderbilt next Sunday. Then, wow, gets interesting after that one. Texas, yep, Sanders, you got it up here. You're on it. Mississippi State, Vandy at Texas Thursday, the 23rd at 9 o'clock. And then that Monday night, the 27th, South Carolina at home. So that's a big back-to-back for them. Then they're at Missouri. UConn comes to town at LSU. Auburn at home. Ole Miss at home. Alabama at home. At Florida. At Kentucky. Georgia to close it out. And then they go to the SEC Women's Tournament right up here in Greenville, too. So if any of you make that trip to Greenville, you have to let me know. Maybe we can do a meetup or something. There's some pretty good places up near the arena to meet at as well. Out of this next stretch coming up with Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, Texas, South Carolina, what do you think will be what would you like to see record-wise out of those 4 games? Because your Mississippi State's at home, at Vanderbilt, at Texas, South Carolina's at home. So you're 2-2 on those games. What do you feel would be a good 4-game stretch out of that? That's what I'd be kind of curious about. Because I think Mississippi State, those are pretty even teams, probably with them, the Lady Vols. I think you got to get that one. Vanderbilt's record. What is Vanderbilt's record right now? Let me pull my scoreboard back up in this hand. I know Vanderbilt plays LSU tomorrow night, so they're not playing tonight. Vanderbilt's record's 14-3, 1-2 in the SEC. Sandra says 3-1. Let's go. Victoria 2-2. I think I'd be good with 2-2 because I think Texas on the road will be tough. Man, I want to see them beat South Carolina. I cannot stress to you guys how much I want to see them beat South Carolina. That's all I've heard about for 5 years down here is Dawn Staley and that Gamecock women's program or Gamecocks women's program. I want to see this team beat them so bad. And that one stung last year in the SEC tournament too. And I don't normally put a whole lot into SEC tournaments. I think they're a joke. But, man, that was one I wanted. Texas on the road. Yeah, Dubman says Texas looks beatable. I mean, Carolina took it to Oklahoma, gave them a good game. I think the Lady Vols will be in most games. I think the biggest thing to me, and you guys can agree or disagree with me on it, it's basically playing a full game. And I think that's what got them beat against Oklahoma, and I think that's what got them beat against LSU as well, just kind of getting off those bad starts, getting in the hole that they did, and they did an awesome job to come back. I mean, they did great to come back the way they did, but what can they do to keep from getting in those holes along the way as well? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with this one that South Carolina may be a problem. I mean, regardless, they are the defending national champs. They're still, that Dawn's been building that program for years on it. She's built an absolute powerhouse right now. I mean, they're 16-1, 4-0. It'll take a tall order to beat them, for sure. I totally agree. And yeah, that I would agree with a couple of you said it. I did not see it, Anderson. I did not see the technical, so I don't know exactly what happened. I'm sure some of you in the comments here can see it, though. Papa J said that slammed the ball in frustration. Okay. So I know used to you could not slam the ball or you get a technical foul for it. There's times I see them let it go. But so I did not see that one. Thank you, Papa J, for clearing that one up for me. I mean, if the Lady Vols went to Texas and got that one, that's a pretty big win. I mean, them ranked, fifth right now? Texas is that's their second loss on the season, first in SEC play. Man, them in South Carolina, though, I mean, Texas scored 9, 13, 12, and 16. South Carolina's defense must be really good, too. We'll see. That's kind of, I mean, especially with, looks like South Carolina's main, is it Fegan? 8 points, 9 boards, 6 blocks today. I agree with Victoria here. The inside teams seem to be, I thought that was a big difference in that Oklahoma game was their inside game. Give us a lot of trouble. LSU as well. I mean, you had the one player, I can't remember the name, Morrow had 20 and 20, over 20 on it. So I think that team next year, man, if you took, I feel like, let's see here. Look at that roster. Okay, you're losing Spear. Now, I don't know if any of these have possibly like the COVID year where they could come back. But if you lose Spear, Puckett, Wynn, let's see, Wynn is the one's coming back, if I'm not mistaken. You guys correct me if I'm wrong on that. Spencer, Senior, Wells. Wait, is it Wynn? No, it's Wells that's coming back, right? Can't freaking keep up with it. It is, no, it's not Wells. Wells play. It's crap, man. It's Wynn, correct? It's coming back next year. Thank you, Sanders. Yes. Okay, it is Wynn. That's who's coming back from injury next year. Can't get my stuff straight right now. But, yeah, you got Boyd. You got Cooper, Jada Civil, Denia Prawl, Whitehorn. You got the Paldo twins coming in. You got Hurst coming in, who Hurst is a taller, can she add some inside? Portal. I got to think players are going to want to play for Kim Caldwell and this staff based on what they're doing. And I think they interviewed the other night about, once they decide to go there, that's Kim Caldwell's players, and she went to bat for them. And I think it's pretty much a no-nonsense approach. It seems like it's she expects a lot from the players, and she'll go to bat for them too. What I like too. I think that interview, though, to me, had to go a long way with some players and saying, yeah, these are mine, and these seniors here, I don't need to wait to get my players. She said they deserve to win too. That will be a really good team next year. Going back to that roster again. So Spear, a senior, Puckett, senior, Whitehorn's a junior, will be back. Boyd, redshirt freshman. Wynn will be back. Spencer's a senior. Wells a senior, but then you get Spearman back, you get Edie Darby back, you get Avery Strickland back, Idra Daly's 5th year, Tess Darby's 5th year, Hollingshed is listed as senior. So you would get Cooper back, Latham, Strickland, Edie Darby, Spearman, Boyd, Wynn, Whitehorn. You get them back. Then you add the 5 signees, and then you add through the portal. It's going to be a really good team next year. It's going to be a really, especially you really kind of get your main players back and getting back Cooper, Whitehorn, and Spearman. I think those are big that you get them back, especially an extra year in the system. And then you add that talent that's coming into it. And like who hit it? Dove Man said portal be key. You hit that portal good. I would like to see them in the portal, and you guys let me know what you think on that as well. I think you got to have a little bit of a post presence in there. I think we're starting to see that as a little bit of a weakness on this team. So do they go out and get some portal help down in the post? I think that would be big for them as well. And I know Spearman played that at Miami, and maybe that's just the system here. It's going to be more, it's a fast system. It's more geared toward, obviously, threes as they fire up a ton of them a game. But, yeah, yep, I agree with what a lot of you said. A lot of you are saying, too, go get a big team in the tournament. That'd be pretty cool. Hopefully this team can cause some trouble in the tournament. And I agree with this one. When they put 4 quarters together, they're going to be really hard to beat. And I think if they would have played 4 quarters against LSU and Oklahoma, they'd be undefeated and in the top 5 right now. Of course, I guess you could say that about any team, but still yet, those games, I mean, even the Florida State game, they played, that 3rd quarter was rough. And Florida State come back, took the lead. But this team doesn't quit. They don't quit no matter if they get down or they get punched in the mouth. They'll punch back. And I like that about this team. There's no quit in them. They get a little carried away sometimes with some of it, but it's it's a team that plays hard for sure. And I think we're coming up on A-Dub, who's normally in here. I think he said, is it Coach Caldwell leaves on the 20th, if I'm not mistaken, is what I've heard. So if she's out at that point, and then he said, too, that from what he's seen, Burdette will take over as the head coach at that point while Coach Caldwell's out. So that'll be interesting to see, where things go along the way here. Papa J, new member of the channel. Thanks, man. Definitely appreciate that. You guys get a chance to check out those membership tiers as we continue to grow it. We can do more with it. I've unfortunately not did a lot with member stuff yet. We're still pretty low on the numbers. Check out the Patreon. I am going to promote those a little bit as well. $1 a month on it would go to help a lot. And based, especially looking where I'm wanting to go. We just hit 2,800 subscribers. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome in just a little over a year's time to hit 2,800. And we're still building going forward. We're really building big, trying to do some big things for baseball this year. We've got some real good ideas with baseball. And, any of you guys that's with me or something, that's my passion. I've coached it. I've had some pretty cool experiences coaching baseball. So that's a real passion of mine, I guess you could say, and especially with Tennessee baseball. I've got a real chip on my shoulder to be the go-to place for Tennessee baseball. But, man, we're doing a lot for Lady Vols, too. We're getting into that. Pretty cool. I think more people will hopefully want to come here for it as well. But, yeah, check out that, the membership tiers are there. Make sure you check out that Patreon as well. As all this stuff, it does go to help the channel a long way. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, Papa J, for being a new member of the channel. Greatly appreciated there as well. We're about 21 minutes in. I'm going to probably wrap up here pretty soon. I got a driveway that's still snowed over and iced over in case I got school tomorrow. I got to be able to get out of here. So I got to clear the driveway here. Sun's melting some of it off, but I'm maintaining what I've said all along. this team's either going to get UConn or South Carolina at home. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong on it. It is what it is. We'll see. But I'm still maintaining they're going to get one of them at home. Based on what I'm seeing here, I'll see what you guys think on this. I'm going to say team ends up. Let me pull the schedule back up. So right now we're looking at 13-2. No, 14-2. It's not updated on utsports.com. 14-2 right now. So I'm going to try to predict the rest of the way. I'm thinking beat Mississippi State 15-2. Beat Vandy 16-2. At Texas, that's going to be a tough one. I'm going to go 16-3. I'm going out on a limb here. Calling my shot. Monday, January 27th, 7 o'clock, ESPN2, the Lady Vols are going to beat South Carolina. And they're going to go to, 17-3. Them. At Missouri, 18-3. UConn in Knoxville, Thursday, February 6th, 18-3. They're beating UConn. I'm just going out on a limb saying they're beating both of them on it. Maybe I'm full of it. Maybe I'm full. That's all right. Maybe it's overconfident. They're going to get them on it. LSU, Baton Rouge. Road games are tough to win in conference against good teams. I'll say at that point 18-4. Auburn at home 19-4. Ole Miss at home 20-4. Alabama 21. Florida. Let's see. What's Florida's record right now? 10-7. I'm saying the Lady Vols win that one. At Kentucky, that could be a tough one. Sneaky tough one. I'm going to say this team ends up right around 5 to 6 losses on the year. Because it's hard for me to pick to win at Texas, at LSU, and that Kentucky one be sneaky as well. Kentucky's ranked 15th or 14-1-3-0. Again, that being a road game, I got to think that'll be a tough game as well. But, that's – they probably could win them. But – and then, UConn, South Carolina, those will be tough to win. Make no mistake about it. They'll be tough to win. So could they lose more than I said? Sure. On that, absolutely. But I'm going out on a limb saying they're going to beat both of them at home. We're just going to go all in on that one. And then SEC women's tournament, of course, that'll be a pretty tough one as well. But if they end up around 6-7 losses in that range, that should put them in, what do you think, 2 or 3 seed, maybe? So, I don't know if they can beat them either, Ethan. I'm probably just being a little overconfident on that one. They will have their work cut out beating UConn and South Carolina, or beating either one of them. They really will, but I don't know. I think they get one of them. I think there'll be that night where they put it together and get one of them. But they'll have to play 4 quarters. If they play 3 quarters, they won't beat either one of those teams. They bring a 4-quarter game, they can. But if they're around 7-8 losses, I think that puts them no worse than a 4 seed. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. So, and then if you get the right draw, who knows what you could do in the tournament. You might be able to get, you're looking at probably playing. Let me look here. I want to look at the top 25. All right, real quick. Your top 25, you could get put in with a Notre Dame. You could get put in, let's see. I don't think you would get put in with another SEC school. It could be one of the California teams you get put in with. That's possible. Let's see who's. Trying to say the conferences, they play different times along the way. Do they not play basketball on the West Coast any? I don't even see. I mean, you could, who is it? UCLA's number one. You could end up with them or USC. I mean, I don't know. I think this year, to me, if you get in, oh man, if you get in, Sweet 16, I think that's pretty good this year. I know that's not normally the standard, but year one, based on where they've been, I think that would be pretty respectable. That would show you're going in the right direction, and then things should continue to just get better from there, especially considering they've returned a lot of the top players next year and they're adding a lot of talent as well. So good times on the horizon. Good win today. Good bounce back for the Lady Vols. Good to see both teams bounce back after what had been a tough few games for them. Lady Vols, of course, 2 tough heartbreakers against Oklahoma and LSU. Of course, the men got annihilated on Wednesday night or Tuesday, whichever night it was, and then they bounced back last night. But I'm going to wrap up on that one, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Stay safe. Always a great day to wear the orange. And last but not least, go Vols.